Well, good morning. I made it to Lake Eufaula yesterday. Had a nice trip. And the campground here is beautiful. There is a big family group over there behind me, but it's kind of fun to watch them making memories. And this morning, after a cold evening, Forrest and I just got up and doing a little morning walk thing. That's a shower house right there, so I'm actually going to get a shower for a change, which will be nice. We didn't have showers at the primitive campground that I was at Chioa Mountain. And it's just gorgeous here. I'm loving it already. Look at the mist over the lake. This is a super popular lake for fishing. It's right on the border of Alabama and Georgia. And I decided to mix it up and stay on the Alabama side. And today I'm actually going to go into the town of Eufaula. I hadn't planned on that, but I've got some issues with my Nemo tent that need to get fixed before I go out on the PCT, so that's gonna happen. I've been in touch with Nemo, and I just need to mark up the spots that they need to look at and ship it off to them this morning, and then cross my fingers that they'll be able to get it in, inspect it, and do what needs to be done and get it back to me before it's time for me to leave. If not, I'm gonna be looking at a different tent, and I don't know which one. Did you sleep well? It's kind of chilly, wasn't it? Forrest likes to sleep right down here between the seats, and sometimes at night he wakes up and shakes all his covers off, and I have to get back up and cover him again to make sure he stays warm, since we don't have a heater in the van. But he looks pretty happy this morning in his sweater. Well, I am happy to start my morning with a steam my cup and coffee here in the van. I've got a great view just right over there through the window. And one of the things I love about camping is you can rent some amazing waterfront spots, mountain views, all kinds of things for just, anywhere from $20 a night on up usually. So not a bad way to live. I'm enjoying it. But definitely my mind is on the PCT hike. I'm less than a month out now, and when I went to test tents the other day up at Chioa, I realized that the Nemo's got some condition issues that need attention. And I'm really concerned because when I got that tent back in 2019, it was one of the very first off the line with the new design. And I immediately noticed that it had some issues. It looked like they rushed stitchings and things like that. So I sent it back. They made some fixes. I used it a little bit in 2019 when I was hiking, and then I really haven't used it very much since then. So it's got very few nights on it, and it definitely should not be in the condition it is after it's been stored properly, of course. So I also set up my little Skyscape Trekker Dyneema tent, which is really cute, and I've used it for little overnights, but I thought I could use that as my backup or potentially my PCT thru-hike tent. Yeah, not so much. I bought it secondhand, and there are some snaps that need to be replaced, and some elastic that's stretched out. So the bathtub floor is low to begin with. I think in most places it's only about 2 inches. And when the elastic is sagging down at the foot, the edge of it is basically at the ground level. So you've got mesh and then floor, which isn't good if you're in snow or rain. So that tent is probably just not up to a PCT thru-hike. I like it. I'll use it for weekend backpacking, but I will only take it if I can't get my Nemo back in time. So I got to figure out the tent game. The shoe game is pretty much in order, and then just life stuff, always life stuff. I got to figure out work. I'm having a couple of technical issues. So I got a busy day today, taking care of the tent, taking care of electronics and work stuff, going through my gear again. And I also have to start thinking about booking flights. So pretty soon it'll be time to book a flight. The only thing at this point holding me back is that I haven't got test results from the procedure that I had a week or so ago. And the doctor told me it might be as much as 2 weeks, usually sooner. So I'm kind of on pins and needles, just waiting for that to come back. Yeah, I'm anticipating it will be all clear, but just in case, I don't want to spend a bunch of money on a non-refundable plane ticket. Anyway, for now, I've got, had 3 nights here. Now I've got 2 more beautiful days. I'm excited to be in warmer weather because it was so cold up at Chioa, especially that last night. It was down in the 20s, and the wind was blowing like crazy, and it felt like it was coming through every crack and crevice in the van. Even though I've got nice wool insulation, I was cold. Yeah, I was cold. And then of course that made me nervous about the PCT, because I'm like, I'm going to be cold on the PCT. But I think somehow cold is different when you're backpacking than when you're in a van or a house that should be warm. There's so much mental game there. It really is. But I think I'll be fine once I'm on the trail. I've got the right clothes and that sort of thing. I should be cozy in whatever tent I end up with. Fingers crossed. Hope that happens. There's this great network of trails all through the park, and this one just goes from my campground, which is right over there, past what they call the beach, and on up this way. Forrest and I are having a good little walkabout right now, just getting some exercise. And tomorrow I think I might whip out my bike and ride along here because it's nice hard packed clay. Should make a good ride. Yeah, coming around the bend here, we're out on a point. You can see the van over there. It's barely. I've had a little bit of trouble finding both the time and the mental energy to get out and hike as much as I should be training for the PCT. So I'm worried about my conditioning because obviously before I even got my permit, I was like 40 pounds overweight, which is bleh, not a good thing. But I am just trying to move as much as possible, just get my body used to moving. I know I'm not gonna be able to work my way up to 20-mile days in the next 3 weeks, but just doing what I can to get my muscles accustomed to moving, my feet accustomed to walking and do all that. And the rest is gonna have to come on the trail. It might be a little painful, but that's reality right now. And this, by the way, even though it is not hilly and not rocky, it's an awesome little walk. It feels good to move. Well, I started packing up a little early this evening, and fortunately I just took a walk to the dumpsters to get some exercise because unfortunately I didn't get much of a workout today. I spent the day doing work, which I've been glued to the internet, unfortunately. But we are heading out in the morning, and I'm very happy because the forecast had called for like 80% chance of rain tomorrow. And I really want to go to Providence Canyon State Park over in Georgia and do some awesome hiking over there. I've never been there. I'm excited to see it. Really looking forward to it. I'm going to get up, get a call with a client in the morning. Then I'm going to head from Alabama to Georgia. And then I have a reservation at a distillery not too far away as part of the Harvest Host program. So I get to stay for free, do a little tasting, maybe go home with a nice bottle of rum. We'll see. So as the sun is going down over there, I'm saying bye to this beautiful park. I have thoroughly enjoyed my little stay here. It seems like a vacation almost. And it was so peaceful today because all the kids, love them, all the kids went away for most of the day. So it was really, really quiet, peaceful, got a lot of work done. Got a neighbor later in the day who came in, and he's got a dog too. So the dogs had fun meeting up. And yeah, just feeling pretty zen right now, which is an awesome feeling. It's that time of day. Sun's going to bed. People are winding down, fixing dinner, getting ready to turn in for the evening, or just sit outside and enjoy the quiet. There's a big fat moon rising over there.